amazing. Like the energy was amazing. There was a lot of people that was there. It was great. We got a lot of new artists that I never saw, but like clearly they were like they've been to the open mic before, but it's
Yeah.
new for me, so I was hype about that.
All right. I see you got more comfortable with hosting the event as well. I like
Yeah,
that.
thank you. I'm
I
working
love
on it.
it.
I'm working on it.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Yes,
Yeah.
that means a lot, especially coming from you when you saw when I like literally first started. Like that first night, I was like,
You was nervous.
man,
It was
I,
like you had it, but then I can also tell you was like, damn. It's like, damn, these I don't know. And I'm like, hold on. And I had to tell you, like, listen, relax. Just relax, breathe. You got it. Now, matter of fact, let me just start the show off for you. So you
for
could
real.
so you can get eased in a little bit. But yeah,
Yeah,
man. I watched some of the feeds and I'm in the group chats and listening, man. So
yeah.
I love it. I love what you bring. You bring something completely different to the open mic happy hour. And you are greatly appreciated. You are
Thank
very greatly appreciated.
thank you.
And also,
That makes me
thank
feel
thank you for the interview. I also damn it, I dropped my
absolutely,
cheese. Thank you for
absolutely.
the
I'm excited to be interviewing you. You're my first artist that I've interviewed.
what? I'm special. I was the
Yeah.
first artist at your open mic. Now I'm the first artist to do an
Oh,
interview with. Uh-oh.
yeah.
That's dope.
You lit.
All right. Well,
I know.
I'm open to any
Stepping out my
questions you would
lane,
like to
man. So
add. Open up
let's
to
see.
any questions.
I'm
If you want me
definitely
to
about to
introduce
ask you
my
some questions.
all right.
Absolutely.
You don't mind me.
So
I
first, I'm
am
gonna
rolling
start
up.
you
Mm,
with the introduction.
all
Tell us
right.
your
Well,
name.
what was up, everyone? Those who watching StreamYard with my dog King Wet. It's your boy BlackStar the Ruler, aka Big Cat the Ruler, aka BlackStar the Ruler, aka Freelance Fred. I got so many different nicknames I go by. Black as fuck, ugly as fuck. No matter what you say, untold greatness lies
You
within me. That's what I
understand me?
tell everybody. I'm ugly, so untold greatness lies within me. I'm gonna make that to a shirt.
You
Cause everybody
should.
like calling me ugly. Since everybody like calling me ugly and shit, so I'm like, fuck it, I'll make it to a shirt. They have that shit trending. G shit. Cause it's like everybody gets that. Everybody has an ugly side to them. No, let's not act like we all perfect. Everybody got an ugly side to where we like it or not. You feel me? But do you love your ugly side? Because sometimes it's your ugliness is what makes you unique. You feel me?
That's
You
true.
need unless you're like a serial killer or some shit.
Yeah, no, that's
Oh, okay. That ain't cool. It ain't cool if you're a serial killer.
true. For sure.
Can't be ugly and a serial killer. No, man. You could be a nice guy. Then be like,
You
then when you
gotta,
on the news, they like, oh my
gotta
god, he was such a nice guy. I want that reaction when I go. They be like, see, you the people don't think I'm a bad guy. Not the, I knew it. He looked just like a killer. Mm,
damn.
my bad. I don't know. My dog came over, got some good dank, and I'm rolling up. It's not. It's. I'm opening up your podcast with a celebratory blunt.
I see.
So
Ain't nothing
so
wrong
yeah.
with that.
All right.
Shit,
So
now,
that
my first question for you is when
sure.
did you start music?
Um, I started writing music. I started writing like poetry since high school, which
Okay.
was like I didn't get into like really writing poetry and short stories about like my 11th, 12th grade. And
Hmm.
then by the end of my senior year, linked up with these group of poets out in Miami at this space that used to be called the Let 'Em Know Cafe.
Okay.
Um, it's called the group used to be called Youth Expression. Used to be hosted by a guy named Calvin Early.
Okay.
Calvin Ely. I'm
Ely.
not sure.
Okay.
So if you look him up, he's pretty good with the whole open mic poetry, you know, venue. So he had an event 10 years ago, literally 10 years ago. And I started out from, I guess, one of a mutual friend of his was like, hey, I guess they read my poetry like, hey, you ever thought about performing poetry? And I got to perform. I did one poetry slam. I lost. I got mad at myself because at that time I had my girlfriend there and I was embarrassed. And I told myself, fuck poetry.
Your
I'll become a
ego was
rapper.
bruised.
My ego was killed and I said, fuck poetry. So I actually been doing music for 5 years. So between 2010 to 2015, I was really just writing poetry and like
Okay.
little songs here and there, freestyles.
Mhm.
But it got to a point where I never really, I stopped actually writing poetry because it's one of those things like you had a, it's like discovering a superpower and you didn't realize you had that superpower.
Okay.
Because it
I
was a
think that's
period
the.
where, yeah, so it was a period where I was writing and it was just like, I was writing something that was probably like deeper than what my mind was already trying to comprehend at that point in
Mhm.
life. And it's just, I stopped. I literally stopped for like a year or two because I was like, yo, I don't know where my mind went to. My mind went
Mhm.
somewhere deep. And I linked up. I stopped writing. I said I want to get back into it. But I found out one of my homies had like a studio.
Mhm.
And I never got invited to the studio. Despite the time many times I came out, I never got invited to this guy's studio.
Dang.
And and then off the humbum, I went there because my dog, I guess he had the cop. So I just like popped my head in there and like said what's up and dipped dog.
Mhm.
And my dog that was in that studio who it was looked at like because he was mad because you don't usually allow people to really come in his shit like that. So when he saw me,
Right.
like, bro, who the fuck let this nigga inside here? Like, y'all, I told y'all to keep my gate locked, da 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 da. But he was tight, but he wasn't tight because it was me. But he ended up being tight the next day because I came the next day off the humbum.
So you came.
And
You just came back.
I came back and then I never left. It's like I never left. And I just kind of worked on my craft. I started going back writing because the same friend, his mom,
Mhm.
the first time I met his mom, and when she was asking what I do, because he does music, I told him I write music. I was did a little poetry. The studio got quiet. His old girl was like, "You write poetry?" I was like, "Yeah." Why didn't you go and pursue poetry? And I was like, I never really took it serious. She said, "You need to go out and do that because there's nobody in that lane."
Mhm.
So nobody was doing poetry. That's 2014, and I got back into doing poetry at Flomo and doing that at Florida Memorial. And in that 2 year gap, I became larger than life with the poetry. And
Yeah.
I never, yeah, and I never thought I would get to that point. But I also saw like, damn, I find it was at that point after 2 years of performing at poetry slams and going on different campuses, doing the different events. I finally told myself, say, hey, let's try this music shit one more time.
Yeah.
And when I did, I wrote my first song called Uncanny.
Okay.
And that was 2016, and I never looked back.
That's
Have
awesome,
not
man.
looked
Look
back.
at you.
Now I'm 4 EPs in. I'm 4 EPs in. I'm halfway through my fifth EP.
I'm excited because I listen to your stuff on Apple Music all the time.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
got a favorite?
You know what? See, I'm not good with like the names of songs, so let me tell you what's my favorite. I'm about to look. So I really like Hooligans.
Ah man. All right. Let
Yeah.
me tell you.
I
Let me tell you.
like
Look. All right. So I'm
Hooligans
a.
and Her Fantasy.
Okay. So there's a story behind each of those two songs.
And
Each of those two.
Breakthrough, of course, because my dog is on there.
Mm-hmm. Everybody love Breakthrough.
Of
Everybody
course.
love Breakthrough.
It got
right
you
there.
and Nels. Come on, I love both of y'all. So that's dope.
Man, appreciate it, appreciate it. Matter of fact,
Yeah, y'all
this
people.
the story of Nels. I can't. That's big shout outs to him, man. I
Yeah, I
can't get
love
enough
him.
of Nels. It was like I don't know. It was like the first time we linked up with each other in the club. We just connected. Like
Yeah, for sure.
I always fight her. Like he'll start off like how first he was like on the other side of the club. Then he was like halfway in the middle of the club. But I be seeing her shit. I be saying what's on it. Then all of a sudden it's like one of those. Eventually I like stuck a little closer. It's like, hey bro, you got a lighter? Oh, here you go.
Right.
And then from there, there's another one. Was like he did it again. It was like, hey bro, let me hit the drink. I'm about to go up on stage. Like man, fuck it here. Go ahead, bro. And we just had a vibe. His birthday party. I can't forget this shit because they had me performing at his birthday party and it was like a
Hmm.
big ass deal. After the show, I was with my group. They're all
Hmm.
waiting for me in the parking lot. This nigga Nels is tore up to the floor. Like, hey, bro, you need to get some cake. I'm like, bro, it's okay. I don't want no cake. He's like, no, 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 no. You gonna get yourself a
Get
slice of
some.
cake. He walked me over to the table. It was a henny cake. Cut me a big ass, thick ass slice of cake.
Hmm.
I walk outside. These niggas like, bro, where the fuck you been? And my dog was like, "This nigga here eating a motherfucking cake." I was like, "What? This nigga gave me a big ass birthday cake, shit." And I had a cup of Henny. I was like, "Yo,
At that
I can
point,
function."
like you had to take it.
Yeah, and then it was just like afterwards, and when we finally linked up and started hanging out and working on music, when we sat down
Hmm.
and really wrote Breakthrough, it was like I wanted to make something that was inspirational, but at that time when I wrote it, I was I was in a downward spiral, but
Hmm.
it was a perfect song for that. And I didn't even have a second verse. So I asked Nels like, "Hey, bro, you want to jump on the song?" He was like,
Yeah.
"Definitely." And we worked on the song, and boom. When he told me to drop it during this whole, it was in the middle of the pandemic. I dropped it as a single, and he was just like, "Bro, this is a perfect time to drop this shit because all this
Yeah.
crazy shit that was going on at the time with the shootings and the pandemic and people dying and people losing jobs and people just need a breakthrough." Like he fed it to me. I was like, all right. Then when I dropped it,
For
it was
sure.
just like
And everybody loved it. Look at that. That was a whole
everybody,
masterpiece for y'all.
shit. We
That
working
kind
on
of
more.
like
Oh
you
shit, the
said you're
Dolphins
working on more
winning.
stuff.
Yeah, we working on more stuff now.
Good.
Um, so what we got, I currently got going on with him. We working on another song for my project. It's gonna be something special. When it drops, it'll be something special.
Good.
Um,
I wanted to
I'm,
ask you,
what's up?
so the whole like you following your dreams and you just not giving up on yourself, like do you feel like that like makes you feel better? Like do you think that that aids your mental health? Just being able to know that you feel me accomplished that and you really went after what you wanted to do.
Me going after what I wanted to do is always a journey. When you finding yourself and you discovering like who you are, it's such it's a beautiful journey. Like I
Mhm.
can remember having the year before I wrote my first song. I literally remember me. I had the cars, had the flashy cars, had everybody around me. They got to a point where I was like, "This ain't me." When I got rid
Right.
of all of that, and everybody was like, "Oh, you should never got rid of the car. You should never did this. You should have stuck it out." And I got rid of a lot of people that wasn't for me, and
Yeah,
I'm still getting rid of a lot of people now that's not for me. I keep
absolutely.
my family close, and it was times where I was clashing with people like I remember like yo when I started I was like 24 like bro you're 24 starting to rap. I mean listen man it ain't too many 24-year-old then people that started your age people start like 16, 17, but they don't know I started when I was 16, 17. I just never
Right.
hopped in a booth, but
Right.
that's not their journey. I had family like, yo, you need to slow it down, give it up, put it to the side. You got to work a real job. This ain't no real
Mm.
job. And going back and forth with people. And I mean, it's to the point now, like, my family sees it. Like, they're supportive of it, and it took a long time, but I finally got a show. I got a show coming up Wednesday. I'm
Oh,
nervous. I am actually nervous because I got in my head I got the set right, but in as far as everything else is like I'm nervous, and I've been
I
like,
I know that
I,
you're gonna do really well because you just perform very well. You're a great performer. So just don't psych yourself up. Being nervous
man,
is just a lot of excitement at one time.
it's
So you're just
like,
super excited about it, you know?
yeah. Oh, so by the way, for the people, I do have a show Wednesday on December
Mhm.
16th. For the Bridge to Music concert, buy your tickets. I also have tickets on hand. If you want a ticket, I'm telling them you buy it online. I'm letting you know now it's $15. Get it from me. I'll work with you. What you got? You know what I'm saying? You feel me? I just need. I need to get ready. I need to sell these tickets. I do want to. I would not to get my money up and stuff like that. Like, no, I really want a crowd. I
People
want a fan
come out
base.
there. Exactly.
Like people
Exactly.
come out and this what if you like I tell people if you really wanted me to do good, you will buy my ticket, and not only to buy your ticket, you'll show up to that show
Mhm.
because
Mhm.
it would take just that much of an effort to help somebody get off the feet. You know what I'm saying? But
Sure.
if you're not on that bandwagon now, don't look at me 2 or 3 years when I blow up as an artist in general. Now, I'm not saying if I would or if I'm not, but as an artist in general,
Absolutely.
you do not want that. You do not want that to be like, damn, bro, I should have been there with my dog, da 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 da. Or when that person finally gets famous, like, oh, look at them, now they got money, now they got this, they don't know how to add, they don't know people, da 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 da. I'll be like, I said
Mhm.
that's not the case. Now I'm seeing it. Now I'm seeing it for what it is.
Yeah, now
Like
you
there's
understand.
like you got to do it for you. You can't do it for everybody else. Even if nobody buys the ticket, I know I'm doing it for me. And
Exactly.
if this end to be my break, then fuck it, this is my break.
Exactly.
Uh,
Then
just
I
just
right then and there.
just like with
Not
you
for
with
sure.
this, just like with you with this podcast. If you it might start off like this, and people like, well, I like it, but I'll check it out, but don't check it out, and then all of a sudden 6 months later, now you at 10K followers, and now you
Mhm.
getting sponsored by YouTube to shoot your podcast and stuff like that. Now they're
Mhm.
like, damn, my dog done step their game up. I say, nah, let me get on the check. Like, no, don't get on the check. You wasn't there when I was starting. A
Yeah,
lot of
not
people
for
I
sure.
know, a lot of people I know, and all people that was in my circle know, like, yo, we've been around each other since like there were days when we would start, we ain't even had shit.
Yeah.
It'll be I just some days I come in if I have it. Listen, we'll be in the studio. I have food, drink, lick. I'll buy trees on top of that. We'll do music. I don't care. We get through one song. If we get through one song, the rest of the day we vibe it. It's a vibe. I mean,
Right.
it don't have to be it'll be days like that. It'll be days where I ain't have it, and they were like, "Bro, I got you. Don't worry about it, bro."
Yeah, for
Da da
sure.
da da da. Or I got in a situation. Yeah, you might suck your teeth, and bro, you should have do better. Da 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 da. But these are the same people at the end of the day that's gonna have your best interest at the end of it all.
For sure. And
Yeah.
it's like that with business too. Like so I've been doing What It Minds for like a whole year and some change. Like really it's been a lot longer than that. But like since I've physically been doing events, it's been a while. And everybody's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna come out to your events and stuff like that. And then they never do. They be like, yeah, I need my chakras aligned. I need this, I need that. And the thing is, for 2020, I offered free events you know so they literally had the opportunity to have their chakras aligned, learned about the chakras, learned about unbalance and balance, and get sound therapy for free. You feel me? But that's like, I'm not doing no more free events in 2021, just for the simple fact of like, not because, oh, I don't feel like this should be given for free and things like that, but now it's like, okay, you got to make a living off of it.
Yeah.
And it seems like the only time where y'all make sure y'all come out is if you got to pay for it, if you have to secure the spot. It's like, maybe it's undervalued, when it's free, and it's just like that's okay. I don't mind charging to that.
Because either way, they said people said Meek said it best. What's free? You feel me?
Yeah,
Like literally, what's free? Even when it's free, it costs
yeah,
because if you
but
don't come, it's like damn. When it's free, you know you think it is, but it's a cost at the end. It's an underlying cost, but you don't notice until you understand the repercussions after you do what was free. There's good repercussions, there's bad repercussions, and everything.
yeah,
I
for
like that. I like the fact that you like chakras and stuff. I'm not into like the stones and things of that nature. I'm
mm-hmm.
more like like chi. I'm more like key. I don't know. It's weird. It's more like
Like you meditate and stuff, but you don't use stones.
yeah. I'll sit down. I'll meditate. I'll sit down. If given the time and space when there's a person, I sit down and I sit and meditate, breathe in,
Mm-hmm.
breathe out. Um, Sometimes I would like to kind of space out into those astral project and things like that, but I believe in stuff like that. I don't even tell people shit like this, so this is some exclusive shit for you.
And now you on live.
I like, yeah. Now it's not exclusive no more because I'm on live. But yeah, I believe in like astral projection. It always something you gotta kind of get into.
Have you ever
It's only
seen
because,
Doctor Strange?
huh?
Have you ever seen Doctor Strange?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, see, like that got me into like that got me into stuff like that because I was like, bruh, that man is flying and he just. And then once
man.
I like learned the whole story and stuff, I was like, man, I think I can do
Yeah,
that. Like I think I can reach that level of just like zen in my body and my soul.
but yeah,
That I
but think about. But what I love about that story with Doctor Strange is like, damn, bro, look where for you to even reach that sense of peace. Look where your life was. You was this
nah for
big
sure.
shot. You was this big shot doctor, but in between you being a big shot doctor, the only reason you became a big shot doctor is because you only did it to save a family member's life. You failed
He
at
had
it,
to humble himself. He had to
yeah,
humble himself.
and then you was really you was going through so much shit internally, and you really like fuck everybody that was really going on outside of you, and it took some type of tragedy and some type of hurt. Like, damn,
Yeah,
you can't use your hands. You like, they's like, bro, nothing's wrong with you except your hands, y'all. You got two broken ligaments in your hands. You can never perform surgery again. I'm like, to like you toward the smallest bone in your hands, and we can't fix it. Now you can't. Now you making 100K of a year goes from that to now you can't pick up a scalpel and knife and bro,
yeah.
that'll drive me crazy. Like
See,
to
but
for
I want to see. I already want to be peaceful. You know what I mean? He didn't know. He was greedy. He was rude. He was arrogant. You know what I mean? He had a lot of ego. He had a lot to learn. I already know that you cannot have ego going, to rise up in the spiritual world. You got to go through shit. I already understand that. See, that's not a lesson that I need to be taught.
exactly.
So
That's
like yeah, that's why I was like, see, I can do that because I'm willing to do that. He had to be forced to
really
do that, but like, I think I can do it. I know I can do it. Let me say that because that's the
yeah.
goal.
So like what I really want to do is well, I told myself going into 2021, I said, listen, man, I gotta have all my sometimes chakras is another way of saying get your shit together. Get your ish together. So
Absolutely.
and I told myself like, hey, you was at this point, you need to be able to say, hey, I went from not having much and to getting my own place, have my own car. Now you make your own money. You become your own man, and it's like it's appreciated. Now it's like, what's the next step? All right, become financially stable, and that's probably
Yeah.
one of the biggest and I'm starting to look into and want to invest in. I want to be able to make my brand such a bigger brand. If it wasn't for
Right.
2020 and all the craziness, my goal was coming into this year really was to drop the project, get a manager, drop the project. And we're like, no, you don't need a manager to go do what you have to do. Da, 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 da. And I'm like, I don't need a manager to, manage my money. That's not what I need. I just need a manager to say, hey, here's some events.
Yeah,
I got you
because
plugged in
it
here.
helps to have help. Like
Yeah,
that's an accelerator for you. Like it is very important in business, and when you trying to blow up any type of way, to have somebody who can get you in different places.
like there's a time where, like I said, there's times I don't have a whip, and you want me to come to the show, be like, yo, all right, man. If you shoot me like maybe $15-$20 of gas, I'll come get you to this event.
Mhm.
I like a manager like that. I want someone who just as hungry as me and also sees the bigger picture. Like
Absolutely.
I don't want to go into 2021 knowing that um you know you're just trying to get out my pockets, and I'm
Mhm.
just another one of those 10 to 15 artists on your label. I don't want you to make me feel like I'm the 15 artists. I don't want to feel like the 15 artists on your label. I want to feel like the number
Yeah.
one artist on
Right.
your label or on your marketing brand or whatever the case may be. I don't want to be just
Yeah.
another customer. I don't want another. I don't
Yeah.
want. I'm not another receipt number.
Yeah.
Like
I
I'm a
feel that.
person. I care.
I
I
feel.
need. I we need human interaction. I care.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For sure. For sure.
So
I think you'll find
so
that. I think even though, because sometimes, like, I never know how stuff is gonna happen, but it just happens for me, and I just be like, okay, I want that. And I make that decision, like, yeah, I deserve that right now. And then it like literally comes to me. Somebody or like come into my life, or I'll run into somebody somewhere. I'll get an introduction somewhere, and it just like falls into place. So like, just keep that in mind. Like, yeah, you never know. At anything you network at, you can be like, oh yeah, you do this, and they be like, yeah, I'm trying to start out. I got some good connections, and y'all just start eating together. Like, I believe stuff
right,
like that happens.
right.
So I
So
think it will.
let me. Okay. All right. So I'm telling you another story. Which well, you said
Yeah.
you like breakthrough. You said her fantasy,
Mhm.
right? Her fantasy.
Mhm.
Her fantasy is it was I don't know. It was one of those. It's one of those. You could tell it's one of those lovey them hard love stories. You feel me?
Love
Where
them
it was
all.
like it was all good in the beginning and it got bad and I'm up on my shit and now it's like damn I'm at a point where I could do bad by myself.
For
Everybody go
sure.
through that. Everybody go through their heartbreaks and their relationships and things like that. Maybe it doesn't work. Maybe it's but it's much more deep in their rap than what people realize. Some people don't know how to handle a breakup.
Mhm.
Like I don't know how to handle a breakup. I'm a grown ass man. I don't know if you really love her, you gonna bust out and cry. Just like if she really love you, she'll bust out and cry. She won't do shit
Yeah.
but bust out and cry like when like no words. Like what's wrong, girl? Bro, what's wrong, bro? You haven't been out the house in like 2 months, bro. What happened? Boom, 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 boom. But like that's that hurt. It's that hurt. It's that hurt. That's when you know it's love, dog. Forget about the going back and forward and getting mad at each other. Like that's besides the point. That's easy to always point out. That's why I also
Mhm.
dropped flawless. If you listen to the track, it kind of play flawless, and her fantasy kind of plays out into its own story because like flawless is
Mhm.
really the argument side of it. Her fantasy is like the repercussions of
Yeah.
the
I
trying to
know.
be so perfect in a relationship. And relationship is not perfect. And if it's not meant for you, it's not meant for you. And where it's
Absolutely.
friends, family, relationships go up and down business wise. If that energy is not there, it's not there. So like her fantasy was like I took it into from a point of view of uh how would you say the whole, but especially I'm thinking about the second verse of it, especially from like a comeback story, like took a gamble, took a gamble with yourself. You lost everything in the process. Sometimes when you love that heart, sometimes you don't realize you're like, damn, you wasn't dead, you was this wasn't looking right, this wasn't together. You lost everything. The people you thought it was for you ain't for you. Now you lost everything, and I was like, all right, bet, fuck it, since I ain't got nothing else, I ain't got nothing else to lose. Let me go get it. When everybody think I gotta get my title back, I gotta get that rings back. But once I get them rings back, don't come looking at me about like where were you when it was all this was going on. You could have still been there. Even though the
Hmm.
heartbreak would have happened, it would have meant more like, damn, you also saw me come up, and at least we try to work through our problems through this bullshit. But if you ain't try to work with me through it all, if you just say fuck it, just fuck it, that ain't love. You know it ain't love. You ain't gonna, you know how that shit goes. If you ain't
Nah,
consistently trying to the point where either you say, all right, I'm gonna give it one more try, or you seen enough to finally say, I'm gonna wash my hands with it. But if you don't show up at
mm-hmm.
all, that makes the decision easier. So our fantasy is more like she missed me, or she missed me, or for a woman's standpoint, like he missed me, but hey, I miss you too, but hey,
Right. It is what it is at this point.
it is what it is. You can make it however you want it. We could be a regular fuck thing, we could be a regular love thing, or we just don't fuck with each other at all.
Yeah. It just
Right.
is what it is.
So I like it. I never really had. I go around and ask people like what their favorite songs and stuff are. They be like, yeah, what's your favorite? I'm like, yeah, it's that what you call it track. Which one?
Right.
You know the one
Which
that
one?
goes. I don't know which one that goes. I know all my songs. You gotta tell me which one's your favorite. So
Right.
I kind
Exactly.
of,
'Cause
and also
you
too as an artist, you need to know because these are also might be songs I need to start pushing a
perform.
little bit more, performing more, doing a little bit more. Like her fantasy will be a place where I won't do the whole poetry aspect how you heard in the beginning. I'll do more of the I'll do it more like at an open mic,
I was
poetry
about to say
lounge and
those would
do it
be great at like
acapella.
yeah, they would be
That's
great at like
and I'll perform flawless. I'll perform flawless whenever. It's a nice song.
for sure. So
Um
our Nels and I are having an open mic night on Wednesdays. So if you are free, yes, it's at the Social Club in Fort Lauderdale. So if you are free, you should definitely come out to one of those. I think it'll be a whole vibe, of course, because I mean, Nels and I are whole vibe separately.
yeah.
So
Hey, listen,
together, it'll be
don't even
dope.
put it like this. I don't want to make it next Wednesday because I got this event, but don't tell them I'm popping up. Just,
Every
just, just
Wednesday.
slide, just slide me the info on
Exactly.
the side. I'm trying to
Exactly.
get everything lined up so I could move around properly. So that's really what's
For
been my
sure.
downfall. I think all of 2020. I'll admit that was been my downfall 2020. Just to be not be able to move around the way you want to.
Mm.
I want to be open about me being an artist because people would be flogging. People would be flogged about, yeah, all that. Like, nah, I ain't got it like that. I want to be real with you. It's I need me a little putt putt. A putt putt takes me a long way. Know how much I Uber? How many Ubers I had to take, and it's expensive. Expensive as fuck.
No, for
It hurts
sure.
more.
It adds up. Mm-hmm.
So
It adds up.
expensive as fuck. It's terrible. But yeah. Uh,
It's
my bad. I'm
okay.
kind of
But like I said, as long as you come out to one of them, letting you know it's gonna be a vibe. It's gonna be a great time. You already know. But I
got.
do. We are coming up on 35 minutes, so we're gonna end the podcast. But I do. You have any new announcements? Go back
Uh,
to announcements and your Instagram.
Okay, follow me first and foremost. I do have an event coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Right, I'm gonna say it again. This Wednesday, December 16th. Check the link in my bio. I'm performing at the Bridge to Music Miami Mini Fest. Uh, First time y'all gonna see BlackStar live in concert. So come out, support.
Hey.
DM me for information. I'll give y'all
Mm-hmm.
kiss. You know what I mean? I was, because of all the craziness that's been going on lately. I was trying to make T-shirts. So when you buy your ticket, I'll give y'all a T-shirt. I'm gonna say that I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna keep that idea around. I'm still working on it, how I'm gonna do the T-shirts. So
Okay.
um, so just be on the lookout for the T-shirts. When I finally do it, I'm gonna give sure I have one. Check out. I do have music. My music, Freelance Fred, the mixtape is currently on all platforms. All
Mm-hmm.
platforms, especially Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube. Also follow me on YouTube, Instagram at BlackStar the Ruler. That's BlackStarTH3RULA. And don't forget my SoundCloud, because that's where most
That's
of
the
the
most
hard
recent.
body shit. The hard body shit is on the SoundCloud.
Okay.
The exclusive shit is on the SoundCloud.
I'll make sure that I download SoundCloud.
All right. So, well,
Okay.
if you want to vent outside of the show and get other exclusives on me, you can hit me up. Um.
Absolutely. We will
So,
be we'll be back. I'm pretty sure I'll have another part two for this for when you drop a whole lot of new stuff. We'll bring you back on and we'll get some more information about, what journeys you took on that new drop.
yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure. It'll be.
Awesome. Well, I hope you have an amazing Sunday. Enjoy the rest of your
I will.
day. It was nice to see you.
Oh yeah, I definitely will, baby. I definitely will. All right,
Absolutely.
but
Have a good Thank you.
all right.